Hi guys, today I'm doing another booktube video, obviously. That's the only thing I do on this channel. And today I invented my own book tag. It's called the Doctor Who Episodes book tag. And I've seen there's a Doctor Who tag out there, but then I thought that one was boring because it just goes with all the doctors. And I'm like, well, that's kind of dumb. I'm going to make my own tag. And this is taking pretty much all my favorite episodes, like things I really like and like all the episodes and I'm gonna take a book and relate it to that episode. So let's get started. Okay. Rose, a book that started you on the bookish path, and that one I'm gonna do because Rose, if you don't know, if you're watching this, you've never seen Doctor Who. It was the first episode of the new series of Doctor Who. Not really a reboot, more like a continuation, and their new series is really good because it's made for like new fans, so you don't have to go back and watch the classic series, which if you haven't, I strongly recommend you watch at least a few of those episodes because they're pretty good. But it was made to get people interested in it, and that's why I'm choosing this. And so the one that started me really reading was probably Magic Tree House by Mary Pope Osborne. Okay. Edit that out. No, it's fine. And also Judy B. Jones, and I'm pretty sure most people have heard of either one of those two series.
You want to do this, Connor? Have some.
I'm sorry. If you could hear that, there's balloons and helium, and just ignore that. And yeah, that's the one I'm doing. So then, Doomsday, a sad book / a book that made you cry, and I could go. And if you don't know Doomsday, I'm not gonna spoil for those of you who haven't watched it or plan on watching it eventually. But something really tragic happens. And though I'm not the hugest 10-Rose shipper, it was, oh my gosh, it was so sad. Oh my gosh. But I could go with pretty much any series finale for this, and I'm just going to pick Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows, because my mom said I got a little teary-eyed. And I could also do Blood of Olympus, but that's a totally other ball of wax. Another ball of wax for another time. Okay. Silence in the Library, a really creepy book. Now, if you don't know, Silence in the Library is this really kind of creepy episode of Doctor Who. Let's just say man-eating shadows are involved. And I'm going to pick Something Wicked This Way Comes for this by Ray Bradbury. And it's basically about this. I think I've talked about it. I don't know if I remember, but I'm going to say it again because I have some new subscribers. Thank you. And it's about these kids who are it's around Halloween, and this really weird carnival comes to town, and all this it's kind of creepy and there's something off about it. And have you read this? Anyway, and then there's all this weird stuff starts happening. So it's a really good book. It's pretty creepy. It's really good. It's really weird, but yeah, Something Wicked This Way Comes. Okay. Love and Monsters, aka the episode Whovians never speak of, and I'm not gonna go into Love and Monsters, because if you've seen season 2, that episode was just, I don't even know what was going on in that episode. There was some weird episodes of Doctor Who. This one takes the cake. But a really weird book, and it doesn't have to, and if you're doing this, it doesn't have to be like a good book, like a book that you necessarily liked. It doesn't have to be a book you hated, just a really weird book. And I'm going to go with Animal Farm by George Orwell, and if you don't know what this book is about, it's basically, he uses the author, who's also probably better known from 1984, which is pretty much the mother of all dystopian fiction. He takes the communist takeover of Russia and allegorizes it with farm animals, and it's very good. It's very interesting, but it's also very strange, especially near the end. And I'm not gonna say anything, but this is a good, weird book, and yeah. The Ark in Space, which is an old episode of Doctor Who, which is believed to inspire aliens in the movie Alien in like certain aspects, and I can see that, but that's totally different. It's your favorite classic sci-fi book, and for me, it was probably a tie between Ender's Game by Orson Scott Card, which is it's kind of a classic because it's from the 80s. I mean, it's older. It's and Fahrenheit 451, and you probably know what this one's about if you haven't seen the movie. And I've talked about it, and I've talked about not Dandelion One, Fahrenheit 451 countless times on this channel, and it's those two are it's probably a tie for me between those two, and they're both very good, and they're so it's like I said, I recommend watching classic Doctor Who at least a few episodes because they're that good. So yeah, those two. Okay. Robot of Sherwood, which is an episode from the newest season of Doctor Who. And let's just say there's robots and there's Robin Hood. And that's all I'm going to say. And a book that defies genres, which means it's kind of like you can't really place it in one genre or the other. And I'm going to go with Dandelion Wine because the nice thing about that one is like one could say it's kind of like a contemporary fiction. Well, contemporary, it happens in the 1920s. Like a contemporary slice of life type thing, but it also has like some kind of creepier bits. It has like a murder mystery part, some fantasy elements to it. It's very, very well written book, like everything by Ray Bradbury is. It's a very good book, very, very interesting. So I'm gonna do that one for this one. Okay. And the Day of the Doctor, which is the 50th anniversary special. Yes, it's been around that long, non-Whovians. For Doctor Who, and it's okay. No fangirling on camera, but that's part of the next thing. A book that had you fangirling really hard, like a moment in. I put book, but like a moment in a book, or like a book that you were really excited for, or something like that. And I'm gonna do that part in the Mark of Athena, where if you're not in the Heroes of Olympus series, and this is kind of a minor spoiler, where like the Roman camps and the Greek camps finally meet, and I'm like, they're finally meeting. They're finally meeting. Percy is meeting Jason. That is true. So yeah, that was the Doctor Who episodes book tag, and I'm gonna tag Chloe and Kristen Pryor because I know Kristen at least likes Doctor Who, and I think Chloe does too. I don't know if there's any other booktubers that's watching and they like Doctor Who. Go ahead and do this. You have my permission. Just remember who made it, please. I don't want to get like my thing taken away from me. I would like to be known for inventing this. And yeah, I hope you have a good rest of the day, and tell people about me. Keep reading. Bye-bye.